What is up, everybody? This is Josh with SoutheastPitReport.com, and I'm hanging out with one of my favorite people, Wes Gilliam, director of Hey Look Music Festival in Greenville, now Travelers Rest.
Mix it up, keep it fresh.
I know it. So this is our third year doing Hey Look, and new date, new venue, same Hey Look though, right?
Oh, definitely. It's just slightly bigger, hopefully, and just organically growing a little bit by little bit.
So you've moved it from Thomas Creek in Greenville to the amphitheater now in Travelers Rest. What made you decide to change the venue for it?
Honestly, it's just Thomas Creek was really great, but it was really difficult finding parking for a lot of people there. We had to do the shuttle system, and like it was a kind of an expense. And then I was looking into other places to have it because of that, and then I found the TR amphitheater was really affordable, tons of parking. Already had one stage built, already had some bathrooms built outside. It's like, all right, cool, less costly.
So in location from where Thomas Creek was to where the new amphitheater's at in Travelers Rest, what can people think as far as distance wise? Like, is it closer to Greenville, Spartanburg? Is it more
It's
centered?
closer to, I mean, it's definitely closer to Asheville. As far as Greenville itself proper, it's kind of about equidistant from where Thomas Creek was. Thomas Creek is off Piedmont Highway, going towards Atlanta. This is more taking the country, or like 25 towards uh, Asheville area or whatever. But they're both about 15, 20 minutes from outside of Greenville, so it's not like a big stretch or whatever. But it just kind of makes sense because Travelers Rest is like, over the last 5 years, kind of transformed itself into being like a redneck country town, into being like, oh, I want to move Travelers Rest. Like, I remember 5 years ago meeting people and they're like, oh, that dude's just some hick from TR. And now it's like, oh yeah, property value is great there. Let's build things in TR.
That was one thing too. Like when I saw the flyer when you told me you were moving it to Travelers Rest, I was like, really, Travelers Rest? Because I was the same way. Because like you don't ever think of Travelers Rest as being a metropolis or a Greenville or anything like that. But heck, sounds like they got things going on over there.
Well, I like it because, like, I don't know, like being in Greenville now for the last 6 years or so myself, Greenville's definitely grown exponentially and taken big strides for that. And I feel like there's overflow from that. So TR is definitely kind of picking up the ball and running with it in that one. Greer's probably close second, and Spartanburg probably third.
Third. Well, that's better than some of the other lists that Spartanburg's on, like the top 10 worst crime rates in
No,
America.
I was actually downtown flying today, and I'm like, wow, downtown's actually gotten pretty nice here.
Yeah, they've done a lot of different things here with downtown. They're renovating a lot of buildings and things like that. So maybe one day you'll move Halo to Spartanburg.
One day.
Maybe one day. All right. So what outside of a new venue and a new date because it's a month earlier this year, right?
Yeah, it's the only date that a TR could really do because they do their own thing during the Saturdays.
Yeah.
But I think it's actually going to work out well because the thing about May 30th is, we have like Furman and all these other colleges in Greenville. They're gone for the summer by May 30th, May 31st. They're still going to be around. Clemson's still going to be around in April 30th. So hopefully we can get, college kids out and stuff like that may be gone for the summer.
Which I think it'll be good. Thomas Creek was a great venue, but like you said, it is after school's out, after all your college, kids. And I hate to call Hey Look a party time because it's not. It's a good artistic, indie festival. I guess would be a good way to describe it. It's a lot better than, and I'm not knocking what Spartanburg and Greenville do, but it's a lot better than like Music on Main that we do here in Spartanburg or stuff like
Downtown Alive.
Downtown Alive. It's a lot better than I think we talked about that a couple of years ago when you first did Hey Look, when we first talked about Hey Look. But all those college kids are gone, so people, initially it's all about people coming and having a good time and spending money. When it comes to a festival, so all those college kids that are going to come out and drink Thomas Creek beer, they're not in town. So I think that'll work out great for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, is I just wanted it to be, like, where everybody could come out to it, too, as well. And I think I take a lot of pride. My festival, my focus is to do music that I think is up and coming or that's more on people's radar or should be on their radar. It's more about, like, this could be awesome in a year or, like, maybe this person's on the verge kind of thing, like Islander last year and all that. And so then I want kind of people, it makes sense to have, college kids there and stuff like that.
And I think every year you step the game up a little bit more. I think we talked about that a couple of years ago too. You had a plan for Hey Look, you had a plan for this is where you want it to be in 5 years and things like that. And each year that we've been a part of it, it's grown. The very first year, you had just local and regional acts that had come through the radio room and different venues that you've been a part of that are really good. And then last year you had some of the same things, but then you also had a lot of regional acts that people knew of, like Death of Paris. They're real hot in Columbia. They just played South by
Glass
Southwest.
Mansions now.
Yeah, Glass Mansions now. Yes, they just played South by Southwest. Then you had our good friends in Islander. You had Brigades, and
Like junior astronomers, they were just popping off everywhere except for Greenville Spartanburg.
yeah, you can't seem to even get them here, but we need to fix that, guys. But yeah, this year announce the lineup. I'm sure people who are watching this have seen it, but
yeah, I mean the headliner is the Weeks. We were actually on the Kings of Leon's label. It was like an imprint underneath Columbia.
Yeah.
And they played like Fall for Greenville about a year and a half ago. Kind of been doing their thing for a while, and just a great logical headliner. You got Baby Baby from Atlanta, who are just bring the party and bring the ruckus. You got Brave Baby from Charleston, who are on Hearts and Plugs. Those guys are like, between them and Susto, it was like an in joke, like who is going to blow up first? Because Hearts and Plugs is just blowing up right now.
Yeah.
And then there's all kinds of stuff. Like the thing I enjoy every year is I like hearing feedback and being like, who's the one band that blew everybody's mind?
Yeah.
And this year I have a good idea going in. I have my favorites, but I think, no, I don't. I love you all equally. I love you all equally.
I think I hear that same line every year. I have my favorites.
I'm looking forward to people seeing Hanging Cupcakes, because have you ever seen them?
I've never seen them.
Their stage presence, they have this crazy backdrop, and the girl sings and plays drums standing up, and the guy plays bass, and he's playing like 3 different pedal boards, like 3 different line outs or whatever. It is nuts. I described it as like Lady Gaga full band or something.
Oh wow! And see, that's one thing too that I personally like, and that comes for any music festival. We've been a part of Carolina Rebellion. We've been a part of Warped Tour, Uproar. Some of these real large festivals. But going into festivals like that, I'm always going to see a band that I've never either heard of or never seen live, and they always become like somebody new that I really like. And so that's what I like about Hey Look, is that people are going to come to see somebody, but they're going to see somebody else, and they're going to be like, I really like those guys.
Dude, I'm looking forward to getting like people like Jonas Season Color in front of people, because they'll play Greensboro, like a sold out 300, 400 person show, but haven't really been able to draw here that well. I want to like make sure they're on a big stage, and they deserve to be rocking people's faces off. And Lee Baines III and the Glory Fires from Alabama, like those guys they're going to turn some heads.
I've known Ryan and them from Jonas Season Color for a very long time. They, matter of fact, Handsome Foxes, who we were talking about before we started recording this, Ian, their frontman, he used to play guitar in a band called the Ethnographers. And so we had the Ethnographers and Jonas Season Color and a buddy of mine's band. They did like a 4-day run together, and that's how I met Jonas Season Color, which was really...
Was it the old Jonas Season Color?
Well, that's where I'm getting at. See, they used to be signed to Glassnote, which was Secondhand Serenade and stuff like that, and that label made that sound. When I first met Jonas Season Color, they had the mohawks. They looked like they just walked right out of the punk scene and completely blew everybody away. We had them at the Channel in downtown Greenville.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is really funny to begin with. But we had them there with the Ethnographers, and it was totally not what the preconceived notion of who Jonas Season Color was.
I remember like looking at their old videos, and you can see like they're kind of like mid-tempo, almost ballady, like a girl keyboard player. And now like, I don't know, Ryan's just like the most engaging frontman you'll ever see.
Yeah,
I've seen him like get a funnel from outside, like a we call it like a traffic cone, pour beer into it, and like shit like that.
That's one band, because they were supposed to play last year, right?
Yeah, they had to cancel. One of the guys got married.
Yeah, and so that was one band that I was definitely looking forward to last year, because like I said, we've had a relationship with them for a very long time. Now they're coming back. You guys definitely are not going to be disappointed by Jonas Season Color. Who else should somebody keep an eye out on?
I don't know. I tried to just mix it up this year, and I'm trying to find, because I noticed that my go-to default is like dudes with guitars. I love loud rock music, so I tried to make sure they had a good rounded lineup this year. We've got people like JJ Day who's kicking it off. He's actually from Spartanburg.
Yeah.
Do you know him?
Yeah, we featured him on one of your little sections
Oh, word.
About a couple of years ago. So
Yeah, he plays acoustic guitar, raps and sings. Does like percussive stuff on acoustic. We got little Leslie and the Bloodshots, who are from New York originally, live in Greenville. It's like a female-fronted rockabilly trio. They're kind of turning some heads because she'll like be standing on top of her upright bass, getting down and stuff. And then I don't know, probably the local band that I'm really excited about this year is a band called the Jam Jams. They used to be called the No Counts back in the day.
yeah,
And I just think those guys are on to something. Like there's this big, kind of almost like Who sounding guitar, like
Yeah.
that's like ringing out big chords kind of thing. I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
see, that's one thing that, like I said, I hit on a little earlier, is Hey Look has never been about like a specific genre. You know, you've done such a good job over the last 3 years of it being like a melting pot of talent and pushing talent, things like that. So, all right, so we hit on this a little bit. You've moved the venue from Thomas Creek to Travelers Rest. Is Thomas Creek still going to come out and provide us all that delicious beer?
Actually, we have Brewery 85 this year. They're sponsoring the main stage.
Gotcha.
So we'll be doing Brewery 85 products this year.
Dang.
It's one of those things where it's like, dude, me and Thomas Creek are still on great terms. When we try something different, why just try something completely different?
All right. Last year, you guys had a little early admittance for you guys were partnered up with the Film House in Greenville. You guys doing anything like that this year?
No, the Film House actually is no more. So
man,
yeah, and it's just a sad loss, but it's hard doing anything independent, as you know.
Yeah.
So they just couldn't really get it to where they wanted it to, and so they decided to kind of just go their separate ways for the time being. But yeah, this year I'm actually starting the lineup an hour earlier, so that'll be the main thing. Because last 2 years has been at 2. This year is at 1.
Gotcha.
So I can just give everybody a little bit more time to play and have time for overlap or make sure there is no overlap and just keep things running.
Still doing 2 stages, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
Look at the TR main stage, the amphitheater stage, which the amphitheater itself, that little area holds like 500, but the festival grounds hold around 1,500-ish around one time, and then there's gonna be like basically shotgun back. It'll be another stage.
Gotcha. Anything different this year since the festival grounds are a little bit bigger? You got anything new planned?
Honestly, I didn't kind of rock the boat too much this year. I just want to be a very good experience for everybody. I made sure I had somewhere that's got a lot of parking. There's probably like there's like 300 parking spaces and then street parking everywhere for this. It's right there on the Swamp Rabbit Trail as well, so like you can actually bike in and stuff like that. Because TR, I mean, it's got the Swamp Rabbit Trail pretty much cuts right through it.
Gotcha. Cool. So, anything else?
I think that's about it, man. I'm just kind of stoked on it. Like, I don't know, the artwork came in and it blew my mind, and then I know you liked it.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely down with the new poster for the dinosaurs. You know, I'm a huge dinosaur fan, huge Jurassic Park fan.
Shout out to Brooks Brackett.
You guys always do living social deals. You guys doing any living social deals this
Yeah,
year?
Living Social, Groupon, and all that. It's just a good way to kind of spread the word too, because those people reach different people besides your average, like person into music. It might even get some soccer moms or something.
Yeah, man.
The first year actually is really funny. Jeff from the Long Canes is a good friend of mine, and they were playing, and he was working, and some woman was like, "There's a festival at Thomas Creek, and all these bands are playing." He's like, "Yeah, my band's playing."
Speaking of which, let's end it on this note. What's the funniest story you've had happen in the last few years of Hey Look? I know there's been something funny happen or a nightmarish story. Something's happened that's because the first year you said, "Hey, I'm going to have a lot more gray hair by the end of this thing,"
and it's happened.
What's one of the funniest things that's ever happened to Hey Look?
Honestly, okay, I mean, it's usually just stressful. It's usually me just running around like the chicken with my head cut off. So last year, I was sitting there, and I was like, finally got a minute to chill. I'm hanging out with my girlfriend. I think my parents were there, and hanging out with a band, I think it was Signs of Iris. And then I'm like, so I'm wearing this plain gray T-shirt.
Yeah.
So, plain shirt, anything shows up on. I get to the very last bite. I think I'm eating automatic taco, one of the food vendors. And then all of a sudden, the shift of the balance of the the plate just shifts like that, and all the sauces just drip on my.
Ah.
And it was like midday too, and I'm just like, oh god, like thank God I brought an extra shirt.
Hey, worst case scenario, the radio room had their tent, so you could always go grab a radio room
Yeah.
shirt.
I mean, I had the Hey Look shirts and all that, and I brought extras because I knew I was gonna be stinky by the end of it.
Oh yeah. Please tell me you've got the barbecue people coming back this year.
Which one was the
The one that had the actual pig.
Yeah, they're actually I don't think they're in business anymore.
Dang, you got a bad track record here, man. the independent film house, they're out of business. Now the barbecue people are out.
Well, I think they went away from like catering because I actually emailed them when they're going more towards just like I guess like designing their sauces
Yeah.
or something like that. And that's the thing about food trucks is like last year I had 6 of them, 2 of them broke down the day of, so I only had 4, and then like it was just like food trucks don't work out for everybody.
Yeah.
The first year, one of them didn't show up because they blew a tire the day before, and no one thought they should change the tire.
Apparently not.
And I called the owner, and he was all like super apologetic about it. But I'm like, but you didn't tell your employees
to change the tire.
No one. Where's this communication breakdown?
So,
They're not in business anymore either.
all right.
Not for everybody, I guess.
So April 30th, 1:00, amphitheater in Travelers Rest. You know the address?
235 Wilhelm Winter Street.
Awesome. 1:00.
Say that 5 times fast.
Not gonna try it. Gates open at 1 or they open at 12?
Doors at 12. First act at 1.
Sweet. We better see every one of you people there. You can get your tickets on Living Social, Groupon, and if all else fails, go to HeyLookFestival.com. Get them there. And come by, see us, see me and Trenton. We'll be there. We'll have our booth set up. We'll be giving away some music and who knows what else.
Blowjobs.
Definitely blowjobs. That's all. That's gonna be Trenton's department though, because he's got that long beard. He's got those thigh ticklers. So we'll be giving away all kinds of stuff. And so we'll see you guys on April the 30th.